Hey guys, it's Sarah here with New England Junk Journals, and I'm on with a bit of an update, trying to take you through as much of this process as I think that I can. I mean, I am doing a lot of this like in the evenings, sitting on the couch, watching TV with the family. So I've done a lot of things like taking books apart and getting them. This is an awesome one here, A Color Guide to Familiar Butterflies. It's an octopus book, and they're all like one-sided pictures, so no problems with fussy cutting them. So I'll be using these as probably as pages, as bases of tags. I've done a lot of fussy cutting so far, so I've got some great little butterflies here. And I've got more to go. But that's one thing that I've been doing. Also, I love this one, Wildlife in Color by Roger Tory Peterson. It's a great book. And what I love about them is these pictures. They look so good. And they remind me of cigarette cards or tea cards. So I'll be cutting a bunch of those out to make these faux tea cards or advertising cards. And I'll back them, of course, probably with some tea stained paper. But I'm just doing a little 1/8 inch border around these on my trimmer. And I really like how those have come out so far. And that's from this book here. And there's so much in here, guys. Oh, my stomach's gonna growl all through this video. I apologize. Here's another one, Audubon's Birds of America book by Macmillan. And these are really great. I think these are gonna make really fun pockets. I'll back them with some cardstock or vellum. But first I'll cut around them. With vellum, you'll be able to see through the little cutout spots. I think that'll be really fun. There are a lot of like muted colors, but that's okay. I think they're going to be really nice. I'm still keeping everything in that little container to the side. I did cut out a bunch of these. Those are nice. These are the ones that mostly had pencil mark. I erased what was on the moth or butterfly, and then I cut around where the other pencil marks were. So I did manage to have some like unscathed pages, so I'll be able to use those. So I had this book. I absolutely love it. It's called The Art of Botanical Illustrations by Wilfred Blunt. Here they are. I see. These ones I haven't cut out yet, but they're really nice. There is a lot of these great old illustrations and old plates. Some of them even look like medieval. Let me see if I can find those ones. Got like the great script. Oh, here we go. These ones right here, like, that's beautiful. Now the thing is, these are double-sided, so I'll have to decide which ones to use. But I absolutely love those. That's one-sided, that's good. And then there's a lot of black and white ones. So these ones that I did cut out came from, it's called Out of Eden. Of course, I can't find the cover, but it was from a book called Out of Eden, and it just has some really gorgeous florals from an actual naturalist. Not this. This was just in the pile. So anyway, I also did one of these just to test it out. It's just a regular like Kodachrome, and I took the original negatives out and just put in some vellum. I have one here that I made with Tim Holtz Grunge board. And then I just distressed it and inked it up and had some fun. This took a lot longer than this though. So we'll see. Okay. So the next thing, I'll show you those later. The next thing is I had gutted all my books and I thought, oh, there's like gilding on the front cover, but it's kind of mostly worn off. So I would love to restore it. And this was my, like, just play around with cover. And I'm glad I had one. Because at first I tried to use this Prismacolor metallic gold paint pen. And that ended up with these like really thick lined sketches here. Well, not so here, all of these. Because the nib is very thick. Oh, and it stinks something awful. So then next, I was able to find this Tester's Gloss Enamel in gold. And I tried to use this nibbed pen to sketch out with this. Now the problem with this, and I tried it on here and here, is that you don't really have control over how much of the paint comes out of the nib. It's not formulated the same way, I guess, ink would be. So I ended up with like globs that I would have to try to like dip my pen in and then use. So that didn't work out super great. But then I just tried with a little thin brush. And I was able to do these here and these on the bottom. I mean, I didn't finish it, but I just kind of went around and did what I could. So I think what I'm going to do is try to continue to use this. But I want to look up the original covers so I know what I'm supposed to be painting. Because some of these, like, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is I'm supposed to be painting. So it obviously wouldn't come out that great. But I think I can do that. Alternatively, I could just try to do the corners. You know, just the 4 corners and leave the rest plain. Don't know what people think about that. If it would just look half finished, like weird. But we'll see. And then I do have my rub and buff, and I did experiment a little bit on the spine here, as you can see, but I didn't have it taped. So on the rest of them, I do think I am going to also do the rub and buff to kind of hide the worn edge. But I'm going to washi tape over the places where I don't want the rub and buff to be. Because I got it like all where I didn't want it. So that's what I'm going to be doing with those. And I believe I'm going to be doing 4, potentially 5 of these large books. But while I'm deliberating on the covers and doing that, I thought what I would do is start working on some smaller ones. So I do have 4 of these Reader's Digest covers. This one's going to need a lot of TLC. but the rest are in really good condition. I'll need to put something here that covers this pen mark, and I'll need to put something along the edge to hide the damage here. But other than that, the bones of it are good. So it'll be cleaned up a little bit more. I will probably cover the spine with something else. I don't think that I'll keep this here. I'll do that on all of them, especially since these covers are broke. I'll rebuild the spines of those, but I figured I would work on those first. Just to kind of get my feet wet and work on these afterwards. I do have like a variety of like odd sized books, you know, like none of them that are the same. All these are the same size. All the Reader's Digest are the same size. So those are easy to mass make. The smaller ones like this, not so much. They would need to be custom made each one. So I'm thinking, since they're smaller anyway, I'll probably work on those after with whatever I have left over. I did manage to haul some really nice wallpaper and fabrics recently. And these are like William Morris prints, Morris and Company. So I'll try to integrate these in. This is really cute. It's got these little bunnies on it. I knew it was in there. Some velvet. This also has like a velvety look to it. And then I just grabbed some others that I thought might be good. This, I believe, is just an actual piece, like a remnant. These are wallpapers samples, but don't they look like owl feathers? So I thought that would be cool. There's a few of them with different colors. Here's a nice thing I can make a tag out of, this way or that way. This is Pt3. And there was a couple of different nice pieces of that. Some pretty Schumacher wallpaper. Some of these could become pages, but most of them I think are going to be made into tags and journaling cards. I'd never heard of this Sydney Mead Studio, but I had gotten quite a few of these, and they're really gorgeous. It's another complimentary one. And it's in like different styles. So this is, I don't know what EP, but it's more papery. It feels like paper with like a hand painted top. And then this one is more like a grass cloth texture. I don't know if you can see, it's like woven. It looks woven. So like a linen almost. But yeah, they had it in a bunch of, oh, this one was really cool. And this is a grass cloth. Here's another William Morris, but it's a wallpaper. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Some really cool stuff. But what I want to do today, I want to get out my stamps, my postage stamps. Just gonna stack them up, especially because I don't know which is which. I think I have them mostly sorted by color. So let me bring you down in like that. And my thought is to find some nice stamps that have like a botanical or maybe like an animal, something. Well, I kind of don't want it with all the black lines on it, but there we go. That one doesn't. And there's quite a few of these. Wow. Someone collected a lot of fish. Okay, those are bass. At least they're a different kind of fish. So, for example, I'll take this one, and you can see that, of course, it's got some like yellows and creams in here. So then I just want to go to that and just find something. Oh, that's a nice one, but I think that's going to be a focal point. And I just want to make stamp clusters. So let's see, I want something yellow or really light green to add to these. Something like that. It doesn't have to be the same subject matter or anything. I just want to build a nice cluster with it. Something like that, like a nice little cascade. Let me see if there's anything else that I like better. I'm finding some nice botanicals. That's good. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't really like this one. Now this is just, it's just an idea that I had this morning, or maybe it was last night, and I didn't really prep for it, and it shows. Okay, hang on. I think I found one that I like. Actually, I want that one out back, and this one in the front. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Simple as that. Let me get my Fabri-Tac. We'll see if we can, you know what, this is casting a shadow probably. There we go. Okay, and which way is up? This way is up. Yeah, something like that. Now, what would I do with this once I have it this way? I'm probably just going to, in fact, I'll do it right now. I'm just going to grab some old paper, and this is from the inside of a book, like a book cover. So I'm just going to glue on the back. I'm going to pop it down on this paper. And then I'm going to tear around it to make a nice little cluster. Okay, I'm going to do it front this way. not going to leave a super big border, just enough. Okay, I might refine it a little bit, like that. And then harden my reach. And then I'll just ink the edges. Now I may come back to these and add a lace or add buttons or anything like that. Probably should have inked the stamps before I glued them down, but I always end up making my mistakes first and then learning from them later. It works best for me that way. I don't know why. All right, let me cap that. All right, and let's try again. Let's grab maybe some red stamps. I don't know why I have them sorted like this. I thought it was going to be easier to sort them by color, which is kind of, I guess it just depends on what you're doing. I'm going to put those there just for, in case we need them later. I don't see anything nature-y right off the bat. All right, guys, so my phone ran out of space. So I did a little bit of deleting some stuff, but then I just kind of worked on these because I don't have a ton of phone space left. But I want to show you how these came out. I just took 3 stamps, kind of coordinated them, and again, like I showed before, I just glued them onto some book page. It's like the first flyleaf page that was some vintage paper. And then I just chose some really nice, either like a botanical like this, or some animals. This one has a cute fish, and this floral here, which is nice. I like this one because it's kind of like off center. The rest of them are a bit more, you know, like plum and straight. But I like both. I like how they came out. And I've got quite a few done. So this is a fun little mask make. And it's simple stuff, guys. Just a lovely little cluster. Just stick 3 stamps together, mount it on some paper, ink up the edges, and you have beautiful little clusters. And then if I want to, I can go in and add like buttons or lace or do some stamping, whatever I want to do with these. But I thought they came out really nice. I'm going to keep on keeping on plugging away and getting these journals made. Let me know what you think about the covers that I showed earlier. Yeah, what I should do with the big covers and the gilding on them. Do you think I should just do the corners, or should I just really go for it, take the time, and try to hand paint each one of those? I think that probably is going to be the nicest looking of all of them. I'm just scared to death that I'm going to make a mistake painting them and then I'll have ruined a whole cover. And I know that's not really true. I could just probably glue a yo-yo on top of where I mess up. But yeah, it's just my insecurities going through. But I think it'll be nice. Anyway, I don't want to belabor this too long. I show you these nice, pretty clusters, and I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Thank you all for joining me, and God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.